Heck of a day today. There had a couple of races with Maddie. Didn't win, but I knew I wasn't going to win. But had a hell of a lot of fun. Great bunch of guys up there. Kudos to Dan Larrabee. Heck of a get together. Can't wait till next year. Hopefully, no one else will be graduating, so I could be able to make it for a whole day. We'll see what happens. I don't know. My daughter just said she got her master's degree today, this afternoon, and now she's talking about going for what's called a sixth year degree, something that teachers do so that they can take managemental jobs when they're ready. So I just said as long as it's not on the same day as they get together next year as far as graduation, but we'll see. Hey, you have to do what you have to do for your family. But just want to touch base if Craig Times and Timmons and a couple other people. I want to talk about the long day. I tell you, I didn't get home after graduating. We went out. How'd you end up doing? How'd the saws work? I tell you, what a blast! What a fun crew and just a great bunch of guys. Saws. It was fun. I just loved it. It was a great time. But anyway, I wanted to see if Craig or any of those guys chimed in because they had some questions about the saw. I'm planning on doing a post-mortem so that what we looked at today with a little scoring, I want to see what's causing it and see if it's on the other side. So maybe the next couple of days I'll do a quick post-mortem on that thing. But for what it was, I think it ran okay. It wasn't too bad. But we'll see. What'd you bring, about 6 saws? 5, 6 saws? You brought a few of them. Anybody else show up after I left? I know I left right around 10, a little after 10. And what time did you end up getting out of there? About noon? Because I know you had your wedding to go to. So, but overall, great day, fun day. Graduation was a little long, but she's done, master's degree. She's part of an elite crew, so that's good. But yeah, just a fun time. Glad I was able to make it. I wish you told me about the 3/4 inch muffler tubing instead of me using the small one. I didn't realize that the big one would have been okay. I thought it was a little too big when my buddy was telling me 3/4, but whatever. No big deal. But was there a problem with the buffering in your other video? Because I know a lot of the guys said around 15 minutes or so it stopped. And I know when I tried to go on, it was like black. I couldn't see anything. So I don't know, maybe Dan's Wi-Fi ran out or something. I don't know. You still there? People will chime in. But definitely a good time, fun time. Dan's got a lot of wood up there, I'll tell you that much. And that egg sandwich, I tell you, I love that egg sandwich. That was really good. So, but I didn't eat anything until we went to dinner around 5 or 6. So it was like OEM 346. I think he just did the muffler modification and the gasket delete. That thing ran really nice. So I'm hoping this one here just has a little bit of aluminum pickup in the cylinder, and I could take that out and maybe put a new piston in it. So, but I was impressed for what it was. I mean, I can't complain. But definite fun day, cool spread. Nice guys, nice saws. I tell you, impressed with those 500 eyes. Those things look mean. I didn't realize they were only sold in Europe right now. One guy said he got one from Sweden. The other guy, I think he said Germany or something. They're not due to debut in the U.S. until next spring. So kind of an honor to see one in person. It's just the new plastic on the steel is really, really white. It's like a real, spark white versus their cream colors. Now, I don't know, they don't look like creamsicles anymore. It's like white and orange now instead of like cream and orange. But anyway, we'll see if anybody else chimes in. I know it's late. What time? 9 o'clock? Yeah, so it's not too bad. But yeah, of course I get home and I have a lawnmower and a tractor in my driveway with notes on them saying, please help, and 4 phone calls on my phone for generators and everything else that needs fixing. So tomorrow's going to be a busy day. That's okay. It'll be a busy day so I can make some more money so I can build some more saws. What I'd really like to do is get a couple built, maybe come up and race you at your place on a couple of your logs. Maybe go head to head on a few builds. But anyway, that'll be for another day. So anybody else out there? Almost 6 minutes in, just Maddie right now. I didn't see anybody else live, so I was hoping a few people might be on. Definitely a fun time. We got to get you hooked up with one of those tacks, Maddie, because that one guy, 15,000 RPM, that modified XP, that guy was flying. He was. It just seemed like it was barking really loud and really, really doing a good job of cutting. So, but I tell you, you kicked my butt. Give you that thumbs up to you. You won. But it was just fun. It was a good time. Real good time. Uh, but I hear back from HL next week. They can get me another sprocket. The one that worked was okay. I don't even know what condition my clutch was in. Um, I mean, I cleaned it all up and everything, but who knows? I mean, it's an original clutch and drum. I put the new rim on it because I didn't want to use that new chain with an old rim. But yeah, it worked. So anyhow, let's see. The 262, I should have brought that. I wanted to show you that 262. I ordered the seals for it. You said to replace the seals. Everything else on it seems pretty good, but I just may go through all the rubber, all the fuel lines, see how the intakes are. At least check them with the vacuum and pressure just to make sure. Definitely change the seals, maybe change the bearings, and but definitely check all the rubber. It might be easier, I think, on those. If I'm not mistaken, Maddie, the seals are in a mounting plate, so they're not that hard to change on a 262 XP. If that's the case, I'll change the seals. I'll do back tests and maybe change all the rubber, see how it was almost. And like I said, when I was at the show, it ran. I played with it for a while at Bucks. You're telling me for $50 you get straight gas saws. For $100, hey, a running 346 XP. I didn't think I got a bad deal. So, but we'll see. Anyhow, 8 minutes. Anybody else around? Love to talk to you. Nobody? We'll see. I'll hang out for a little bit. No big deal. I was just watching some taped Blacklist on NBC. I like that show. Catching up on some old episodes. But interesting, though, today, that wood, though, I mean, I think you were showing me, too, some knots and some other things in there. I looked at my chain afterwards. It's still pretty sharp. I didn't think there's a real problem with it. I don't think I really hit any dirt, although I did see some of the dirt after you had showed me the bottom of that other log. So, guys, Maddie had some cuts that were almost see-through. He was cutting them like tissue paper thin. But there was that one guy, I forget the guy you were racing, the guy with the steel. He was cutting like 4 or 5 inch chunks. I mean, if he didn't cut them so thick, 3 times as long, he was cutting pieces like this, where you were cutting pieces like this. These guys got to realize the logs are gold. Yeah, he was cutting 5 inches wide. I don't know what he was doing with that, but definitely fun. Definitely good bunch of people, and look like more of the husky guys. So that was kind of fun. See, the one kid, as I was leaving, I guess he was in where the food was, inside that little garage there where Dan was cooking. He was working on a Johnson thread, maybe a 372, similar to a 372. Was it 2172 or something? Sharpening his chain. I wonder if he ever got out there and asked you that one. Maybe he did. But we did the 350 series racing. I know you did the 372 series. I don't know if you did the 394s, but I would have loved something else. But next time, we'll see. I'm hoping Dan has a fall together. I think he had one last year. I'd definitely like to bring 2 or 3 saws, maybe in a couple of different CC classes. That'll be fun. But 11 minutes. Did you, if you're still here? Nobody else has anything to say. That's okay. Like I said, it's Saturday night. My wife and kids are out. Made it home for my daughter's master's degree, all for the comments, the words of encouragement. It really did help. I tell you, I was bumming yesterday when that sprocket was out around, and Maddie texted me, "No, I got one. I'll bring something. Don't worry about it." So just words of encouragement. Even my buddy Richie, who welded me up that muffler, was telling me, "You got to do it. got to do it. Don't let anyone down. So everybody pushed me, and I'm glad you did, because I think I would have really regretted if I missed it. Been there all day, Maddie. I could see why you went back, because it looked like a blast, you know. Anywho, hey, Lucky, how you doing, buddy? Let me tell you the whole story. That I was going to rebuild with parts from HL Supply so I could race Maddie at the get together. My custom repairs has been so crazy in the last 2 months. I haven't had a free day to do anything on my own. I did get the parts from HL Supply, but I was unable to rip that saw apart and build it. Then, if you saw my other video, I got a sprocket from Oregon that was out of round, like 50,000. So I was sort of bumming yesterday afternoon saying, that's it. I'm pissed. I'm not going. And I did. I went up, met all the people, raced Maddie 2-3 times, had a great time. He beat me, 3-4 seconds, whatever it was, but he did kick it. I mean, his saw was running sweet. My saw, for whatever reason, toward the end of the cuts, toward the bottom, it was starting to bog. I don't know why, but who really took. My connection isn't that good right now. The graduation, phenomenal. I left around